has introduced, as we were talking about at the top of the show, the new Online Harms Act aimed at protecting children and establishing new penalties for hate crimes. Tech expert Carmi Levy joins us now with more on that. And Carmi, the new act creates a complaint mechanism. Just how will that work?
Well, anyone who's familiar with the telecommunications regulator, the CRTC, this is kind of like that, but for digital safety. So they're suggesting that there will be a 5-member digital safety commission, sort of like the CRTC, but for online content, and that there will be a digital safety ombudsperson working out of an independent office to manage complaints. And so much like if you've got an issue with broadcasting today, you go through the CRTC, you would lodge a complaint with them. They're also going to update the criminal code. They moved, of course. This used to be headed by the Heritage Ministry. Now it's with Justice, and so they're going to update the criminal code so that it will be subject to criminal code prosecution. And then also the Human Rights Act, the Canadian Human Rights Act, will be updated. So if you want to file a complaint through there, you can, and then it'll be heard through the tribunal. So lots of different channels for complaints to be heard. Plus, as well, the platforms themselves are going to be on the hook for making sure that their complaint mechanisms, the tools for you to flag objectionable content, will be significantly upgraded compared to what they are now, and that you'll need to receive responses within a given amount of time. And if you don't hear what you want to hear, that there are escalation procedures in place as well. So lots of sort of suggestions for making it a lot more robust than it is now.
And in introducing this legislation yesterday, Carmi, the government said that they do anticipate pushback politically from the industry. How are, in particular, online platforms you just referenced there, how are they responding to this?
We're still waiting to hear official response, but just based on how these big companies have responded in the past to other technology-specific legislation, say the Online Streaming Act, the Online News Act, they're not going to be happy. No technology company likes when governments introduce new laws. They say it slows them down. They say it increases their costs. It affects their ability to compete, do what they do. And so I'm expecting significant pushback, but at the same time, you've got to find a better balance. I think it's pretty clear now that the current regime, which has no legislation in place at all, has not been serving Canadians well. Those big tech companies are going to have to play ball, whether they like it or not.
All right, for sure. Okay, Carmi, online scams, of course, continue to be a concern. According to Ipsos, nearly half of us have been a victim. What are the biggest online scams people should be aware of right now?
Well, the ones that are really getting a lot of attention now are the emergency scam or the grandparent scam. That's where you get a call. It's from your grandchild. They've been arrested. They've been in an accident. You've got to send money now. Artificial intelligence is making them even worse because now they can actually clone your loved one's voice and makes it sound as if it's coming right from them. And so that is spiraling. We're seeing a lot of reports of that. We're seeing a lot of tech support scams. So you get a pop up on your device saying that you've been infected with a virus or malware, or you get a call, I'm from the support department. They ask you to let them into your device so they can take over. Of course, once they take over, you're in trouble. And also, we're heading into tax season. So CRA-related scams, they're starting to go up as well. Click on this to process your tax refund, or we've reassessed your file. Click here. If you don't, you will be prosecuted. There's a lot of threats, a lot of urgency to it. And a lot of these things, of course, are timed to the season. And we're seeing that go up big time right about now.
Got to be aware. You got to be on guard all the time, everywhere. It seems.
It's so true. And we've talked about this, Carmi. The other day, I don't know what it was. My guard was down. I got tempted and I stopped myself. And you always tell us, Carmi, is don't multitask when you're dealing with what is on your phone, because it's in those moments when our guard is down that we may click on something. So slow down, take a breath, look at what is on your phone or being asked of you, and just stop. Stop before you do anything.
Absolutely, Carolyn. And then back away from the precipice. Don't click on that link. Don't follow the advice. Take control of the situation. So, for example, if someone's calling you saying you need to do this now, no, I'm going to end the call now and I'm going to call my grandchild directly. I'm going to call the CRA. I'm going to call my bank. Or I'm going to make sure that you are, in fact, who you say you are. I'm going to go online and search for you. And if I don't find you, guess what? We're not connecting anymore. So it's focus, and then back away and do your own due diligence, your own creeping.
Take control. Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, I also want to ask you about this tech headline this morning, Carmi. Filmmaker, actor Tyler Perry putting the $800 million expansion of his Atlanta studios on hold. And this is all due to the rapid advancement in AI. Just exactly what are his concerns here, Carmi?
Well, I mean, he's a business owner, so he builds a soundstage so that he can create a scene and then shoot it with directors and producers and camera people and makeup people. And he says, hey, if artificial intelligence allows me to do this all in software, why would I build these 12 new sound stages? And so he's saying an entire industry now is at threat because what used to take a soundstage, an actual production crew, can increasingly be done in software. And he is saying that the industry needs to work together. In other words, don't negotiate individual deals to deal with artificial intelligence. Everyone, unions, studios, government need to get together, sit around the table and figure out how they're going to handle this significant technology change. That's the only way that we're going to kind of get through this. Allow businesses to take advantage of artificial intelligence without throwing millions of people out of work.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Finding that balance for sure. All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Carmi, thank you so much.
Great being here, guys. Thanks.